Some funding is provided by John A. Cook, Certified Public Accountant at 105 East Main Street in Westfield.
The Chautauqua Integrated Delivery System. Our community of doctors is pleased to announce their affiliation with Senior Choice. Senior Choice fills in where your Medicare coverage leaves off.
Fairpoint Communications, formerly C&E Telephone, providing telephone, internet, and data services, is proud to fund this broadcast of Senior Report.
Some funding is provided by State Senator Catherine M. Young.
Absolute Care of Westfield, committed to returning the favor to those who have spent a lifetime caring for others. Located on 26 Cass Street in Westfield, New York.
Some funding is provided by the Lakeview Hotel and Restaurant, located on Water Street near the lake in Mayville.
Live from the Chuck Kelsey Television Studio at Access Channel 5 in Mayville, it's Senior Report with Reed Powers. Call in and participate in Chautauqua County's only live call-in senior program. Share a thought or wish someone a happy birthday. Saturday mornings between 9 and 10 a.m. And now, here's Reed Powers.
And good morning. What a beautiful day in Chautauqua County. It's still like spring out there. It's going to be a fabulous Thanksgiving, I'm sure. And have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving dinner, and invite somebody who might be alone on Thanksgiving, because it's pretty depressing being all alone. Nice to come in, be with a gang. Doesn't matter how many people you have at Thanksgiving, there's always plenty to go around. We have up to 25 people at our single table, although it's a T. It's two great big long tables. People sit all over the place. We send the kids in the living room. What a time coming up, though. It's a vacation time, it's a pleasure time, it's a time for family and friends. Thanksgiving coming up next week. I do a turkey a special way. If you've never tried this, give it a try. You can look it up online, but brine your turkey. You put it in the water in salt and sugar, brown sugar, and some flavorings and seasonings, what you'll like to hype it up. A little pepper, some pepper balls, and the whole deal. And you let it sit there and sog for 18 to 24 hours, and it'll jump. When you pull it out, it'll be about 20% bigger because it's absorbed all these wonderful fluids and flavor, and it's all juicy now. Instead of a dried up old turkey, you're going to have a juiciest turkey in town, and then you cap it off. You take some butter and roll it up into a roll and cut it into medallions, so about the size of silver dollars. And you take your hand and run it up under the breasts, under the skin. And they'll come right off, and then you stuff all these medallions of butter with herbs and whatever you like in them, a little sage, a little thyme, and slip it up under the breast and down the sides a little bit so it gets on the legs. You will have a turkey that they will be celebrating all year long. They'll be carrying on about what a magnificent chef you are. You can't beat it, guys. And another trick is, two tricks. Don't put the stuffing in because all the bad juices get into it, and it never does come up to legal temperature, although very rarely does anybody die of the stuffing, but it's all soggy mush. Take it and put it in a pan and do it separately. You'll have the best stuffing on God's earth. It'll be crunchy on top and nice and soft and sweet on the bottom. Can't beat it. And secondly, when you take the breast, when you're carving, you ever carved a corned beef? You carve it against the grain. If you carve it with the grain, you can't eat it. It's too tough. You carve it against the grain, so that the mussels are only a tiny, tiny quarter inch or whatever slice you make. It's real tender. Same with the turkey breast. If you cut it down the side the traditional way, you're cutting with the grain. That's why it's a little tough. If you take it off in one piece, which is very easy, just slash it off on the side and pull it off with your hand. Got a big chunk now with skin on it. And you take it and you lay it out and you slice it into medallions again, each one maybe an inch or two, whatever you like, half inch. And each one has its own nice little piece of crispy skin on it, and it's cut against the grain, so it's very tender. Can't beat it. Put it all together on a platter, and it's outrageously beautiful. Enough said about food. That's all we think about at Thanksgiving, guys. It's the best part of Thanksgiving, no question about it. That big feast we have. We got a great guest today. He comes in regularly, gives up a Saturday morning, and he's our regular legislator reporter, Fred Crosscut. And he's well known all over the county, and we'll have to congratulate him because he's going to be well known for at least 2 more years. He just won his election. Handily, I might add. We have a lot of other things going on around us. I don't know if you watched TV lately. Oh, gee, it's in madness. You know, the Afghanistan fiasco, which everybody who knows anything about wars and history since Alexander the Great, no one's ever conquered and civilized and redeveloped and reset up a state in Afghanistan. Every country that's gone in there's been busted. Last one was Russia. It bankrupted them. That's why they fell, because they spent so much money for 20 years. They're trying to, quote, civilize the Afghanistani tribes. It's a tribal society. They're always at war with each other. This is a civil war. What are we doing over there getting killed and spending trillions of dollars? Everybody's asking themselves that, scratching their heads. And even Obama's saying, wait a minute now, they want me to send more people in there? God help us. And we don't even hear about Iraq. It still hasn't got any sanitation, it hasn't got jobs, it's still, they're blowing people up right and left all over the place, and they're killing our boys and girls over there. We don't hear much about it, but they still are. That war was, let's see, we won it according to the big sign victory that we had on that ship where George Bush flew in his flight jacket and everything, and we won. You know, that was 6 years ago. We're still fighting over there. God help us. What are we doing? We got people in this country who literally are starving. About 10% of our people are out of work. Maybe 5% if you figure the people in that don't really have enough employment. They're working part-time at some sort of dumb job without any benefits. And here we are spending billions, trillions all over the world doing stupid things. I don't know what's going on. Of course, the seniors are in real trouble because they've lost 50% of their purchasing power in the last 8 years, and now they've been told that the Congress, in their wisdom, which had promised them a COLA, is not going to give them one for another year or two, maybe 2 years. Oh, there is inflation. They say there's no inflation, but there is. And in their medical, they're going to take money out of your medical, whatever you got left. They're going to take more out of that. God help us. If you're a senior, you can't go down to Walmart and start stocking shelves when you're 85 years old. What are you going to do? Well, I know what you're going to do. You're going to wind up losing your house. Look in the paper, dozens, hundreds of seniors losing their houses this year in Chautauqua County. You're going to wind up living in your children's basement, and you'll probably be lucky to eat cat food. That's what's going to happen to seniors, and the Congress doesn't care. All right, enough of that. There's some good news. Chautauqua County is on a budget that actually cut back a little bit, they tell me, in money, in the tax money. And the towns are holding firm here in Chautauqua County, although they have to because we have the highest taxes in the world. Yeah, or certainly in the United States. New York State is the highest tax state. And the governor just called back, the legislature said we need more taxes. 20% increase is not enough. God help anybody living in New York. You're going to have to run. Run! Go to Alaska, where they not only do not have any taxes, but they give you money back. That's a little cold up there, though. All right. So, at any rate, guys, we're going to open the phones at 9:30. Anybody wants to call in? Anybody wants to call in here? We'll give you a bunch of gifts. I'll give you $5 off at the Lakeview. And I had dinner over at the Lakeview the other day, Friday. It was a fabulous dinner. You know, they have a salad bar that you can't believe. They have a salad bar that extends for yards, and it's got everything you dreamed of. Have you ever dreamed of bacon, real bacon?